So, women in anime. Personally, I have enjoyed the discourse when it comes to anime and manga, and I do love that in the West, anime and manga has been getting more of a shine. But my biggest issue when it comes to the critiques when it comes to female anime characters is that, female anime characters are not written well. And it's usually by only two suspects. Obviously, of course, females, and obviously the Simpson panderers at B. Like you see their videos every day. I remember I saw a video by a content creator saying that, sexism is my gender's expertise. And it's like, bro, they not gonna pick you, bro. Like, homie, please stop. This shit is corny. I don't understand why people don't understand what shonen means. Shonen Jump is primarily targeted towards young men. Young men primarily in, obviously, Japan. Why is that? Of course, it's because that's their primary demographic whenever they make manga. Whether it be a Jujutsu Kaisens, whether it be a Naruto's, Dragon Balls, etc., all of it is obviously skewed towards a male audience. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want female representation in all facets of their journey and of their life, by all means, watch a shoujo anime, because that's what they are for. They have different genres for different things. Now, of course, they can be exclusive or inclusive because that's just how the name of the game goes. Now, of course, there are going to be different categories. There are going to be different people in said editorial staff that are going to choose to do different things with their female leads or female characters in general. Now, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with the way female characters are written in shonen. I personally don't have an issue with it because I'm not a pandering asshole and I'm not a woman, typically speaking. Now, of course, a lot of our views are really skewed towards a Western understanding of men and women in their roles in stories. So obviously, Eastern countries have a lot more traditional mindsets when it comes to what they produce as far as what females are doing in their stories. We've seen better examples of that with Chi-Chi and even to a large extent Bulma. Now, though she is a very capable character in her own right when it comes to her technological expertise, of course, she still has a more or less nurturing and motherly role in the story. Of course, she takes care of Trunks and she does all of those things, and she is always obviously seen as a motherly figure. Hell, even her main goal in the series of Dragon Ball when it first started, i.e., way back when she first met Goku, it was to find a husband, a beautiful, handsome man to share her life with. That was her goal. That's what she wanted. And of course, she found that in Yamcha and of course in many others, but mainly Yamcha and Vegeta. Now, of course, her childhood days are behind her, but that was her goal. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of the times you see a lot of Western mentalities, mainly modern Western mentalities, when it comes to what women's roles should be in a lot of these stories, and it makes no sense to me. Like we've seen examples of Sakura, stepping out of her mold, and obviously to different degrees of success. Let's just say that, okay? And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with how they're written. Of course, Sakura wanted to be with Sasuke. That was her main driving force in the story of Naruto. And of course, she had her goal achieved at the very end of the series. And of course, Hinata, another prime example. She just wanted to take care of and be with Naruto. And of course, she got her wish. I think a lot of the times people project what they want these characters to be because of their own beliefs on what women's roles should be. They make it super political when it doesn't need to be. Because again, these stories and many other shonen stories are targeted towards young men. That is the primary demographic. If you don't like it, then personally, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, watch shoujo anime, read shoujo manga if that's what you are looking for. If you are looking for women to have more of a primary role in the story, then go there. You're not going to find it in Young Shonen Jump. You're not going to find it there. And honestly, I just think it's interesting that men are not allowed, at least mainly in the Western society, men are not allowed to have their own spaces and to have their own things that they enjoy anymore without having the need to pander to someone else to make them feel included. Like at the end of the day, it's not enough to have females in the story. It's not enough to have them have compelling stories that are running in tandem with the male characters. No, they have to be independent girl bosses. They have to be never pining for a man. They have to be these sterile, sexless creatures who only worry about their own self-interest. And it's crazy to me because a very controversial figure right now is Mei Mei from JJK. She gets a lot of flack for her, let's call it questionable practices as a Jujutsu sorcerer. And I noticed a lot of people, a lot of them shifted their beliefs when it comes to Mei Mei. One minute they love her and now they utterly hate her for very obvious reasons. And I just think it's interesting. At the end of the day, I think that people just need to just enjoy what's there and enjoy what isn't there at the same time. Again, there are obviously other outlets for different types of manga and anime for all different types of fans. I don't think that you have to force something for it to be popularized. I don't think you have to force it in something that's primarily for the boys. There's a reason why the WNBA is the WNBA for a reason. Now, that's all I have to say on that. You guys have a great day. Peace.